You think you know scandal? You think you understand controversy in the Middle East? Well, let me introduce you to someone who literally broke every rule in the royal playbook. She's a Saudi princess. She's married to royal blood. She has children. But here's the shocking part. She does absolutely none of the things Saudi society expects her to do. She refuses to wear a hijab in public. She wears mini skirts. She cuts her hair short. She parties with international celebrities. And she did all of this while high society absolutely lost their minds. I'm talking about Princess Deena Abdulaziz, and today we're diving into 11 jaw-dropping habits that had the entire Arab world talking. Stay tuned as we explore how one princess challenged tradition, shocked the establishment, and became fashion royalty in the process. Habit number 1, refusing to wear a hijab in public. Let's start with the biggest one. In Saudi Arabia, wearing a hijab in public isn't just encouraged, it was the law for decades. But Princess Deena, she simply said no. She shows up to international fashion events, public appearances, and high-profile gatherings with her head completely uncovered. This isn't just about personal choice. In conservative Saudi society, this decision sends a message. It says, I'm doing my own thing, and I don't care what tradition dictates. For high society families who value conformity and respect for Islamic customs, this was absolutely shocking. Her family, her peers, the entire conservative establishment had to watch as she defied one of the most fundamental expectations. Habit number 2, wearing short skirts and revealing clothes. Here's something most people don't realize. Saudi Arabia had strict dress codes for women in public for decades, but Princess Deena, she shows up to fashion weeks in Paris, Milan, and New York in short skirts, sleeveless dresses, and outfits that would make traditional Saudi families blush. She's regularly photographed in miniskirts at fashion events. She wears cocktail dresses, she rocks shorts and tank tops when traveling, and she does this confidently, without apology. For a princess who's supposed to represent modesty and tradition, this was genuinely shocking to high society. People literally gasped when they saw her outfit choices. Habit number 3, cutting her hair short and styling it boldly. In many conservative Middle Eastern circles, long hair is seen as a symbol of femininity and tradition, but not Princess Deena. She cut her hair short, not just any short. She went for chic, stylish, fashion-forward short hair that you see on European runways. She experiments with different styles. She colors it. She gets trendy cuts. This might not sound like a big deal in the West, but in high society Saudi circles, this was another way of saying, I'm not following your rule book. Short hair became her signature, and conservative society couldn't help but talk about it. Habit number 4, running exclusive boutiques for the elite only. Princess Deena created DNA, her exclusive boutique empire with locations in Riyadh and Doha. But here's the controversial part. Not everyone can shop there. You have to be personally invited by her. You have to be vetted. You have to meet her standards. This sounds elitist, and it absolutely is. She's essentially creating a members-only club in a region where such exclusivity challenges traditional values of generosity and inclusion. High society families were shocked that a princess would be this selective, this exclusive, and this unapologetically about who deserves access to her world. Habit number 5, refusing to compromise with publishers and demanding editorial control. When Princess Deena became the founding editor-in-chief of Vogue Arabia in 2016, everyone expected her to play nice. She was brought in to be the face, the figurehead, the pretty princess who would represent the brand, but that's not what happened. She had a vision for what Vogue Arabia should be, and when the publisher tried to push a different direction, she refused to compromise. After just 2 issues, she was fired, and she made sure everyone knew it. She went public saying she was fired, not that she quit. She even threatened legal action. For a princess, this behavior was unthinkable. You're supposed to smile, nod, and maintain appearances. But Deena, she fought back publicly. She challenged powerful corporate interests. She refused to be controlled. Habit number 6, partying and socializing with international celebrities. Princess Deena regularly attends exclusive parties and high society events where she mingles with international celebrities, models, and Western influencers. She's been photographed at Fashion Week after parties, at celebrity galas, and at exclusive events that conservative Saudi families would never dare attend. She's rubbed shoulders with supermodels, designers, and entertainment industry figures from around the world. In a society that historically kept strict boundaries between the sexes and carefully controlled social interactions, seeing a Saudi princess openly socializing and partying was absolutely scandalous to high society. Habit number 7, flaunting wealth and luxury lifestyle openly. While other wealthy Saudis maintain a more modest public image and keep their wealth somewhat private, Princess Deena is unapologetic about hers. She travels constantly. She's photographed in luxury hotels, on private jets, and at ultra-exclusive venues. She owns boutiques in multiple countries. She attends Fashion Week shows season after season. She wears couture. She's not hiding her wealth. She's displaying it. And she's doing it while challenging other traditional values. To high society, this combination of wealth display and value rejection was genuinely shocking. Habit number 8, being extremely vocal on social media. Princess Deena is active on Instagram, and she doesn't just post pretty pictures. She shares her thoughts, her opinions, and sometimes controversial takes. She uses social media as a platform to express herself, often in ways that challenge conventional thinking. In a culture where royals are typically supposed to be seen but not heard, where women are supposed to be discreet, and where social media presence is carefully controlled, Deena's openness was shocking. She wasn't just an influencer, she was an influencer with opinions, and she wasn't afraid to share them. Habit number 9, choosing business over traditional royal duties. Unlike many Saudi princesses who focus on charity work and social causes while maintaining their royal image, Princess Deena went all in on business. She built a retail empire. She worked in fashion. She was hands-on in her boutiques. She was in showrooms. She was at market. This was unconventional. Women in her position aren't typically expected to be entrepreneurs in this way. They're expected to support family businesses or work in traditional roles. But Deena, she created her own, and she worked it like a CEO. To conservative high society, this was surprising and frankly a bit inappropriate. Habit number 10, being born in America and staying influenced by Western culture. Princess Deena was born in California. She was raised between America and Saudi Arabia. She studied at American universities. She lived in Paris and New York. And yes, she stayed connected to Western culture in a way that deeply influences her choices. She's not trying to hide this Western influence. She's embracing it. She thinks like a Westerner. She dresses like a Westerner. She talks like a Westerner. In high society circles where there's often suspicion and skepticism about Western influence, having a princess who openly celebrates it was shocking, and to some, even threatening to traditional values. Habit number 11, refusing to fade into the background. Here's the final habit, and maybe the most important one. Princess Deena refused to be invisible. She didn't accept the traditional role of a silent, modest royal. She put herself out there. She built a brand. She became an icon. She's been on the Business of Fashion 500 list twice. She's been photographed by major fashion photographers. She's been featured in international media. She's made herself relevant and impossible to ignore. For a society that often expected women, especially royal women, to maintain a certain humility and restraint, this was the ultimate shock. So there you have it, 11 habits of Princess Deena Abdulaziz that genuinely shook high society to its core. Whether you see her as a trailblazer or a controversial figure, there's no denying that she challenged everything her world expected of her. The most shocking part? She's still doing it, she's still breaking rules, she still refuses to play the game the traditional way. What do you think? Is Princess Deena a feminist icon who stood up against oppressive traditions, or is she someone who disrespected her culture? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think more royals should challenge tradition like she did? Or do you think she went too far? If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most controversial figures in the Middle East, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for more shocking stories about royals and high society figures who broke the rules. And if you want more content like this, definitely hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.